This is Couples Court with the Cutlers.
This is the case of Jones versus Jones. You knew each other in high school, you kind of went your separate ways, but you reconnected 30 years later. You got married and you've been married for the last 5 years. But allegations of cheating are threatening this marriage. Ms. Jones, you've opened this case today. Tell us why.
Well, I chose this show because I watch you guys, and I want to make sure I'm not cheated out of a good chance to have a good relationship. Real talk. And certain incidences make me feel like either I'm crazy or he's cheating. So I want to find out, after watching you guys, I want to find out, because I don't want to make him feel he's cheated out of a chance to have a good relationship.
All right, Mr. Keller, she quoting you back to you. How does that feel?
Don't cheat yourself out of a chance for a great relationship. She's adopted that, she's embraced it, and she's here to get answered.
I want to know if the situations that has happened in our relationship, were they incidences where he might have cheated, or were there incidences where I read too much into something?
Tell me what it is, what your relationship is like at home. What does it look like?
We're always together.
Okay.
We do everything together. He's my best friend.
Okay.
Mr. Jones, she said either you're cheating or she's crazy, and she's trying to find out which.
Well, I don't like to use the term crazy. I just say wrong.
Okay.
I like that.
Right to the point. Yeah.
I like that.
And I'm here to prove to her that she's wrong. I've never cheated, haven't thought about cheating, don't want to cheat. I met her 30 years ago in high school. We lost touch, reunited, and we've been together ever since. So I want to prove to her that, I'm here for her, and I'm not going nowhere.
So, Ms. Jones, what does it feel like not trusting your husband?
I feel insecure, and it makes me feel crazy.
So it makes you feel crazy.
And if the wife ain't happy, the life ain't happy at home,
There's some truth there.
There is some truth to that.
And I can trust to that. That is true.
Well, you talked about happy. Mm-hmm. Tell me about how you met. You met in high school. You knew each other in high school.
We went, they were closing our school down, and I hadn't been to an event in years, and someone had contacted me and said, well, they're gonna tear the school down, so they invited me to come. When I got there, I saw him, and he was always one of my him and his brother, they were really cool with me, good friends. So when I went out in the hall and we saw each other, it was just, we connected, and he asked me out the next night. I didn't have to wait to sleep with him. I had been knowing him for years, so I went and test drove the car, and I said...
Did she just say she test drove the car?
And I've been there ever since. I've been there,
So after 30 years, when you finally laid eyes on her, what did it look like? What did it feel like to you?
I got a tingle down my spine.
Uh-oh.
All right.
The old spine tingle.
And I made it my business to get with her.
But then this mistrust raised its ugly head, and it's affecting your marriage right now.
Yes.
All right, tell us why you believe Mr. Jones is cheating.
Well, the first incident, we go to a neighborhood grocery store, and it was a young lady. She almost hit him with a cart one time. Then the next night, she almost hit me. And I'm in there one day, and one of the other cashiers tell me, she said she see your husband. I said, she's seeing my husband, so...
Wait. She's seeing your husband?
That she's seeing my husband, like he know her.
That we
sleeping
like they're
together.
seeing each other
dating.
socially.
That we sleeping together.
Yeah, like she's sleeping with the young lady at the store.
Okay, all right.
So right then, I get my husband when we go back to the store, and I confront her.
How did that look? How did that pop off?
Well,
we shut down the store. I stopped the store because I felt...
Tell me what happened.
I went up to her and told her, I don't know why what your game is, but if you I cursed, messing with my husband, I'm not the one. I don't play them games. Point blank.
Oh.
And
so, Mrs. Jones, what were you doing during this confrontation? Because I would have been a little tight, a little scared about this.
He said, do I know you? And she said, no. I didn't believe that.
The truth is the truth. You know, and there ain't nothing I can do but tell you the truth.
I just felt she knew him. I felt like she wouldn't be telling people that she knew him.
So you felt these things were not accidents, they were intentional
I think
to
she was
intimidate you
intentionally, right.
about your husband.
Right.
Mr. Jones, I mean, it does sound like a little more than a coincidence.
As far as me and the woman, I don't know her. The only thing I know about it is she worked at that store.
But he
Couldn't
works
even tell
at
you her
a
name.
he works at a car auction, and you have to have a safety vest, kind of like this one, on. You have to have this on.
Can you open that up?
When you at the auction.
Okay.
Everybody puts them on. This same lady got a vest on in the store one day, the same day the auction on. And she prancing in front of me where I can see it. And not accusing him, but my husband, I love him, but he has a history of hood rats. And she's a little hood rat, and she was trying me. It makes me wonder, am I a hood rat because they married me?
Ms. Jones, do you think this woman was wearing the vest in the store to send you a signal that...
Yes, I do. Yes, I do.
So you think that was intentional?
I think it was intentional.
So in your mind, do you think she went to the auction to see him?
Yes.
Oh,
Yes.
okay.
Yes.
So she had to be safe while she was seeing him. She had to have on protective gear,
I see
color,
that.
See,
while
that's
she
why
was
I wanted
visiting.
to come here. I get a lady's opinion, because my husband, he feel like he ain't got to explain nothing.
I have a question for you.
Yeah.
You said you came here for a lady's opinion. My opinion doesn't count?
Your opinion really matters, because I know a good woman make a man even better. So I just wanted to get the realness of it.
True.
But I'm still not giving you credit for that. This
So
credit's
now we
still
got a
going
good
to
man
you.
trying to make a woman better. You know? So this is
Well-
what we're here for. We're here to make this work. This work. It's gonna
I've
work.
been always, but
I love you, baby.
his ex.
I love you.
I love you too. More. I love my husband.
I need your trust.
He has an ex.
Okay.
Now, we sell these outfits I ordered online from China, and I pick outfits that you wouldn't see so they would sell. So somebody tagged me one day to his ex. I won't talk about her, but she got on one of the outfits.
One of these unique outfits
One of
that
these
you have bought from
unique
China.
outfits that I had chose, she got it on. How she get that outfit?
You believe that that outfit came from your husband out of your stash.
I don't know how she got it. She didn't get it from me, so she had to get it from
She
him.
didn't get it from me.
And again, this is a unique outfit, something that...
Right.
I mean, what does this outfit look like?
It's a lace outfit.
You know, Mr. Cutler, there's her side, there's his side, and then there's the ex's outfit. We got that outfit right here. Ron, would you escort the outfit
Yes, Your Honor.
in? Oh, all right.
I wouldn't even got mad if she looked like that in the outfit, but she didn't even do the outfit.
So this is what you said the
we can spell
outfit
it.
looked like that the ex was wearing. Mm-hmm. All right, ma'am, would you just turn around so we can see the whole thing? Yeah, that's something. That's a lot right there. All
Mr.
right,
Jones?
Mr. Jones?
This one-of-a-kind outfit that your wife specifically ordered.
I don't go through her merchandise, so I wasn't able to get a woman nothing. I never have. She accused me of giving her money. She accused me of giving her time, giving her sex. I don't.
But those
I don't
aren't
deal with
unique
women.
things.
This is unique.
This is unique.
Did you ever see your ex in that outfit?
No, I haven't seen my ex.
Okay, would you just come a little closer to Mr. Jones so he can make sure he's never seen that outfit?
I'm sure.
All right, you do a little spin so he can.
I'm sure.
All right.
Thank you
Ma'am,
so
thank
much.
you very much.
But you are convinced, Miss Jones, that if the ex had that outfit, it somehow came through Mr. Jones.
Yeah.
Because that is too many dots together.
Coincidence, yes.
Too many coincidences.
Too many.
Ms. Jones, do you have any other reason to believe that your
Yes.
husband is cheating?
We have this hood rat. So one night I'm at the store and she approaches me and she's talking and she was like, "Oh, your husband drive a green Jag? Me and him was chopping it up in the store and all of this, you know, but I didn't think nothing of it. So when I get home and I asked him, he said, no. I was talking to her husband about a car. So maybe several weeks later, she's a perfume salesman. She's selling stuff, you know, door to door. And I said, oh, I asked my husband about meeting you. She said, no, I didn't talk to him in the store. He was talking to my boyfriend, and same exact story. That was weird.
The truth would be exact, wouldn't it?
Why was that weird, Miss Jones?
Because for her to come to my house selling the same perfume 2 weeks before he had brought me, I left that out, excuse me, Your Honor.
Okay, so wait a minute, let me make sure, because you kind of got it confused in there. What went down? First of all, you told me y'all was chopping it up in the store.
Right.
Now you telling me the exact same story as if he went there and said, hey, that's not the story. The story is X. That's what you think. And then you think it's curious that he bought you the perfume that she's selling.
Now you see why I wanted to talk to your wife, Judge.
Okay, you see?
Do you get it? That's why.
Wait a minute, that's my skill set.
That's your skill
That's what
set.
I do. I connect the dots.
Okay.
All right, so Mr. Jones, I gotta ask you about these dots, okay?
Yeah.
Tell me why this young lady is selling a perfume that you bought your
I found
wife.
that bottle of cologne months before. She's talking about not weeks, but months. I found it and gave it to her.
Mr. Jones, okay. Are we back to coincidences again?
Yeah.
You're telling me that you found a bottle of perfume that just happens to be the same kind of perfume that is sold by the woman she's accusing you of sleeping with.
That's what I'm saying.
You got some bad luck, brother man.
So,
You'll see.
You know,
You'll see, put your test out. I do not know this woman.
my question to you, Miss Jones, is if you find out that Mr. Jones is cheating, where do you go from here?
I love my husband, but I'm not gonna be cheated out of a chance to have a great relationship.
True words were never spoken, my dear.
Real talk.
True words. So you might be done.
I might be done.
You might be done, all right?
well, because of all these coincidences, the court has done a full and complete investigation. At this time, the court will call licensed certified polygraph examiner Tommy Platt into the courtroom to determine, is he cheating? Ron, please escort Mr. Platt in.
How are you, Mr. Platt?
Good, Your Honor.
It's good to see you.
Good to see y'all.
Would you please share with the court and for the litigants your credentials?
I have 30 years experience in the United States military and as a police officer. I've been a certified polygraph examiner for over 10 years and conducted nearly 3,000 examinations.
All right. The first question Mr. Jones was asked, since being married to Mrs. Jones, have you ever had physical sexual contact with the woman your wife confronted at the grocery store? What was Mr. Jones's response?
He stated no.
What did the lie detector determine?
The lie detector determined that he was telling the truth.
Bam. Bam. Come on.
Question number 2. During your 5-year relationship, have you had physical sexual contact with your ex? What was Mr. Jones's response?
He stated no.
What did the lie detector determine?
The lie detector determined that he was being truthful.
I see a smile. All right.
Ms. Jones,
Miss,
I see a smile.
I'm waiting on 3.
Mr. Jones was asked, since 2013, have you had sexual intercourse with anyone other than Ms. Jones? What was his response?
He stated no.
What did the lie detector determine?
The lie detector determined that he was telling the truth.
all right, Mr. Jones, give a little love. Give us some love. Give us some love. All right, Mr. Jones. I am so glad
I'm
that
gonna
you
go
got
get
the
me a
results.
therapist. I have issues, I see.
No, you don't have issues. You got love. That's what
Yeah.
you have.
Miss Jones, I see the tears in your eyes. Tell me what those tears represent.
Well, I love him so much, and I grew up where I didn't embrace myself or feel good about myself, and maybe I feel like nobody ever would love me, and just to know he's been faithful and committed, it makes my heart feel like, because he's there through everything. It just kind of sealed the deal, like he really is there, and he loves me.
Miss Jones, can I talk to you woman to woman? Let him love you the way he wants to love you. And you need to trust that he loves you. And if you trust that, this whole, like, I think he's looking goes away. Because it sounds like y'all have a wonderful thing going.
One last question. Miss Jones, how can I order one of those outfits for Judge Cutler? we'll talk about it afterwards.
Okay.
You all have known each other for 20 years. You're dating, you're living together. But this relationship has hit a snag. And whether that snag gets worked out depends on what happens in this courtroom today. Mr. Ducharme, what's on the line here?
What's on the line today is this relationship's on the line today. Like, it's a lot of things go on, and I don't look for it, but like, I can't help but to notice, like, sometimes maybe she might have like a hickey here, and then she have a hickey here. I'm like, girl, is this a hickey? She's like, nah, ain't no hickey, man. That's just something.
So what does all this lead you to believe?
She spent all this time with these extra fellows, and like, I just need to know what kind of actions is going on with these fellows, because she claims innocent, but I claim wrong.
All right, Miss Staley, why is your being here important to you?
To prove to him that his imagination runs really wild, like those hickeys, because that's something you do in junior high.
Okay.
I don't have any.
You don't have like a traveling birthmark that just moves from place to place, do you?
I have 3 birthmarks, and no, only one resembles a hickey.
Okay.
The other 2 are light brown.
Okay.
Yeah.
Mr. Ducharme, how did you two meet? How did you all get together?
Okay, Judge, we met about 20 years ago. We ran with the same circle, and it was always like she was just too busy for me back then, like over the last 20 years. And then we came over at a mutual friend's house, and we ran into each other again. And I guess she had time for me this time. Said about 3 words to her, and it was over after that.
It was on.
Yeah.
It only took you 3 words.
Yeah, about 3 hot words. She said it's gonna be 90 days before we make anything happen, which was cute to me. And like,
He did not say that was cute to me. Okay.
and I'm like, man, I'm kind of old for this, but we could try.
Because that was my question. Did you start out thinking, okay, but then sometime during you're like, we're not gonna make it 90 days?
No,
or from the beginning where you were like, yeah,
Okay, whatever.
Okay,
I
whatever.
say, Judge, it was cute.
It was cute. So, you know, inquiring minds want to know.
Yeah.
How many days of the 90 days did y'all make it?
7.
7.
That's a lie.
You said 7. You said 7.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's a lie.
I was saying, wait a minute. Look, we didn't
That's
have
a week.
That's a week. That's not
You
bad.
can take me back to court, we can test it.
He just wants to make it that answer, then I'll let him make
Okay,
it.
9 maybe.
It was,
Maybe 9. Well, here's the thing. We have folks come in here, they don't make it past half an hour. So, you know, the fact y'all got the 9 days or 7 days, wait a minute, Mr. Keller, I'm almost impressed. So 20 years of admiring her and thinking, you make this connection, what has happened to bring you to couples court?
Okay, so the first thing that happens is we were hanging out one time, we were at a friend's house, and her phone turned up missing.
Okay.
So we used my phone to track her phone. And
Okay.
it all worked out. We ended up getting her phone back, and also ends well. But we get back to the house, and she pitches a fit and stomps off, and she takes off. Well, after a little while, like, I started thinking, well, where'd the girl go? And, find my phone. So I go ahead, I open my phone back up, and I'm like, man, I've got you now. And I find her iPhone again. Well, man, it says she's at a motel on the southwest side, and I said, oh. So I'm sitting here thinking, oh, I'm already in the car at this point, on my way to the motel, like, I know you're there. So here I come pull up to the motel, and I see her car, so I sent another message. I said, babe, what's the room number? You know, and she don't reply. I don't get a response. I said, what, baby, you not happy to see me? You know what I mean? I came all the way down here to catch up with you. No reply. So I'm not gonna sit there and just drag this out. If she wanna reply, I'm gonna just move around and I'll deal with it later, whatever the case may be. So about 15 minutes after I leave from the hotel, now all of a sudden her iPhone password is changed, the email password is changed, and when she checks in later, I said, you didn't see the messages? She said, what messages? Well, obviously you're on your phone changing your passwords. How you didn't see the messages?
So, hold on, I need to talk to Miss Staley. Miss Staley, were you at a motel after this fight?
Yes, and they had other people there.
So it wasn't just you in the hotel room, it was other people?
Yes.
And this person?
Yes.
Why didn't you respond to Mr. Ducharme's
Because I was happy.
messages?
I know what he's doing while I'm gone, looking for me.
You like that?
Yeah.
So you were at a hotel with this friend, and how many people were there in the room that you were in?
Like 4?
And did
Okay.
they stay there all night with you?
No, I wasn't there all night.
How many men, how many women?
There were girls. Other than the guy whose room it is, there's the girls.
Okay.
You say you didn't stay there all night. Did you ever go and spend the night anywhere, go to sleep?
No.
No, you didn't.
Oh, man.
You're saying
No.
this to me like
I didn't go
I
to-
shouldn't have an expectation that you went to sleep. People go to sleep.
Right, yeah, I understand that.
Okay. You had like, no. Like, why would I go to sleep? Well,
Yeah.
it's 3 in the morning. That's what people do.
Right. No, I left there when he fell asleep, but it was,
All right. So she calls you a day or two later. It's like, hey, babe. And like,
No.
nothing's happened,
I don't
correct?
Exactly
call
right,
him.
yeah.
And so you take her back, I guess, because you're here.
Right.
What else have you seen that makes you believe that she's cheating?
Okay, the second example. Okay, so after all that happens, I was like, maybe we just need vacation. So we go to this little beach house. We get a beach house for a few days, and we're out there. and We have a private pier, and she's like,
Nice.
man, my ex would love this place because he loves to fish, and like she said, her ex, right? And like, so I'm like, yeah, okay, well tell him to come on. I'm not tripping. He's a fisherman. I understand. He want to fish, come fish. We got a private pier. It's nice, good fishing. So
You that kind of brother. You that kind of man.
You were okay with her ex coming?
absolutely,
I know,
man. I didn't think twice about it. So I'm out fishing and I come inside the house, right? And I guess she doesn't hear me come back inside the house, right? And she's in the tub having this conversation, talking about, no, he ain't gonna be here. Just come over. It'll just be us. He'll be out fishing with old man all night long.
Aaron, that's not true.
Hold on, Miss Staley.
Okay, so long story short, my friend said, do you want me to come get you? Because I explained to my friend what I'm hearing, and like, I probably should just remove myself from the situation because I don't want this to escalate into something. I'm just gonna let it play out and see how it goes, because I have a feeling, and generally I'm right. So,
All right, here's the thing. I'm gonna ask you some yes or no questions, okay? Did you have a conversation with this friend?
He called to say he's bringing a computer part for Aaron.
Okay. Did you tell him to come by the house because
No, I said
Mr. Ducharme won't be there?
I said the door's open. He can come by, bring the computer part. I didn't say I was going to go fishing too.
that doesn't take 25 minutes to conversate about in the bathroom. Like, you
I
can
was
bring
on
your
the
cord?
phone
Okay,
for
yeah, bring your
25
cord. Boom,
minutes.
got it.
Nobody was on the phone for 25
And then she
minutes.
tried to
Were
tell
you
me
at the same beach house?
Yes, ma'am.
Right? That's what I'm trying to say.
What happens after all that?
Okay, well, while I was gone from the beach house, the ex shows up, right? There, he could probably tell you what happened while I was gone.
All right, would you step to the podium, please? Would you state your name? You can still stand next to it.
Ron Rougeau.
Mr. Rougeau.
What's the nature of your relationship?
I dated her for a year and a half before he did.
Okay, so
Okay.
you're her ex.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh.
When I showed up at the beach house, I brought a girl with me. I'm
Okay.
not stupid. You know, I wasn't gonna get caught up in this.
Okay, are you the ex that she wanted to come to the beach house?
Yeah.
This is the fisherman.
Yeah, I'm a fish. I like to
You're
fish.
the fisherman.
She
You're-
knew I liked to fish, so she invited me to come up there because he liked to fish. We thought we'd maybe fish right. We did. We fished the whole time. And then later on, you know, she leaves. There comes a luxury car, and she leaves with this guy in the car.
Miss Staley does?
Yeah, she takes off and leaves with this guy in the car. And then well, I stay fishing. Me and my girlfriend, we party around the house. We're the only ones there in this big house, chilling out.
And you were like, this is great.
I get in the jacuzzi, we have a blast, you know. Then I go out there fishing. And then he shows up later on. Here he comes. So we go right back to we'll start fishing again, you know what I mean? But then, my phone's going off. It's texting, you know, every 30 minutes or something. Megan's texting me. She's saying, is Aaron there yet? Has he showed up yet? Has he come back yet? So he goes, just don't respond, man. I said, okay. Put it back in my pocket and kept on fishing.
Mr. Ducharme, did Mr. Rougeau ever tell you he saw Miss Staley leaving a luxury car with another man?
Yes, Your Honor, he did. When I first got back to the beach house the next day, and when I went to get my stuff that I had left there, and I said, so Megan left? And he said, yeah, she left with old boy that came by.
Did you care that she left? I mean,
I saw it coming, Judge. Like I said, I heard the conversation. Like, I know what's coming next. So I just
So you just went to the fishing.
I went to the fishing.
Mr. Rougeau, you may have a sit down. Thank you, sir.
So, Miss Staley, did you leave the beach house in a luxury car with a man who came to pick you up?
I left in my luxury car by myself.
By yourself?
With all my stuff. They couldn't even fit a person in there other than me.
So you weren't with a man while you were at the beach house?
No.
And no man came to pick you up?
Nobody came to pick me up.
Okay, Mr. Ducharme. According to your testimony, because I don't think y'all are on the same planets, but that's fine. But according to your testimony, she left with a guy, you fished, and then you eventually left, right?
Yes, Judge.
Okay, how did you all get back together?
Well, once I leave the beach house, she doesn't call, she doesn't text, like, hey, baby, coming back? Hey, where are you?
How long?
Okay, about 9 days she's gone.
You go for 9, y'all are separated for 9 days, you don't hear hide or hair from her.
I hear plenty because I know we have a bunch of mutual friends. So here we go, about 9 days later, I hear she gets in a car wreck, flips her car. So I'm thinking.
Her car?
I thought her car, but it turns out no, she was in the luxury car with the same man.
And she's in a car wreck and it flips?
Yeah, flipped about 9 times, yeah.
Okay.
Is this true? You were in a car wreck?
Yes.
Okay, that's the only thing you all agreed to besides the fact that y'all here. Woo! Okay, so you find out she's in a wreck. What happened when you saw her again, and what was that circumstance?
A week
Okay,
later.
when I saw her again was...
A week later.
How many days? Shh.
Man, it was probably at least 9 days.
Okay, so 9 days later, you see her.
During those 9 days, she's like laid up in these hotels with him throughout the whole time.
Okay.
All right.
Okay, all right.
Now, what's your side of the story?
After the beach house, a couple days later, yes, I got into the car accident.
Okay.
So, game over, I'm going to a hotel.
So did you go to a hospital?
No, there was a little incident with that. I sent the ambulance away. I didn't go.
And so you go to a hotel at that point with this man?
To get the glass out of my
Instead of a
everywhere.
Right, because that's what you do when you have glass in your body, Mr. Cutler.
You go to a motel.
You don't have insurance.
Okay, so do you spend the night in the hotel with this gentleman?
No, because I'm gone most of it.
What do you mean you're gone most of it?
When I came back, he's asleep. I take a bath. I wake up. He's still asleep. So then I'm going downstairs for breakfast.
So you did spend the night?
But he's not. Yeah, we're not even. It's like we have 2 different rooms.
Where did 2 different rooms come in?
No, it's like is this if we do? Because he's doing his own thing. He's just a friend. I can't be in a hotel with a friend.
Okay.
We're not saying that you can't. We're asking you, did you stay in the hotel room with him?
Yeah.
Okay. So one room.
With him.
One room.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
It's like, here's a key, I have a key. We come and go. It's our friends.
Okay. How many nights did you spend in the hotel with this friend?
1, and if I was even there the whole night, no.
Okay. The 8 days before your wreck in this hotel, where were you?
I was at my roommate's or my family member.
Are you saying that you were not with this other man during that time period?
No.
You did not have sex with this gentleman?
Hell no.
And you have not cheated on Mr. Ducharme?
Never.
All right. Mr. Cutler, I don't think I can stand any more evidence.
All right.
So, with that said,
we need some help getting to the bottom of this. And fortunately, this court has done a full and a complete investigation to get to the bottom of this. At this time, the court will call former military interrogator Lena Cisco to determine, is she cheating? Ron, please escort Ms. Cisco in. Lena Cisco. Good day, Ms. Cisco. How are you?
I am well, Your Honor. How are you?
I'm doing fine. It's good to see you.
Good to see you.
Would you state your credentials, please, for the court?
Yes, Your Honor. I'm a former military interrogator certified by the Department of Defense. And shortly after 9/11, I was mobilized and deployed to Guantanamo Bay, Cuba, where I interrogated members of Al-Qaeda and Taliban. Since that time, I have been working with and training law enforcement personnel, military personnel, and government agency personnel in interview and interrogation techniques.
Tell us, please, what you did to investigate this case.
So I had the accused write a witness statement, and she was good because she provided a lot of details in that. And so I went through it, analyzed it for any indicators of deception and truthfulness, and I put together an interview strategy. And then I interviewed Miss Staley to see if she was cheating on Mr. Ducharme.
what did you learn about Miss Staley when Mr. Ducharme tracked her to the hotel?
So So Miss Staley did admit to me that she likes to play games on Mr. Ducharme. So she will purposely disappear on him because it makes him come find her. And so she likes that. She wants to feel wanted and needed. And she told me that the time that he had come to the motel, that she even did a victory dance because she was so happy, as if to say, you know what, I got him. He did come find me, so I must mean something to him.
Okay. What did you find out about Miss Staley's guy friend from the beach house?
When I asked her if she had sex with this guy, she jumped up out of the chair and cursed and said no. She kept stopping me and went through a whole entire list of details of what happened in that 3-day period, and I was a little exhausted because, like what you heard here, it was a little confusing, but I got to the bottom of it.
What was your overall opinion about Miss Staley?
Miss Staley is over the top in love with Mr. Ducharme, and she even told me that this guy is her soulmate. So I do not believe she's cheating on him, and I believe she's being truthful.
All right.
Well, Mr. Ducharme, you came here to get some answers. You've gotten those answers. Turns out that Miss Staley has not been cheating. What is the future of your relationship with Miss Staley?
I guess it can get better from here.
Okay.